This is the Hyundai Insta. Yes, the Insta. It's an all-electric city car, so Hyundai say. It was launched back in 2024, and it has another little brother or sister, whichever way you want to look at it. It's called the Casper, and that's only sold in Asia, and that's the petrol equivalent of this car, because this is totally all electric. Now the Casper, I love the name, reminds me of the friendly ghost. It should be the other way around actually, because that should be called the Insta and this should be called the Casper, because when you're driving it, it actually sounds like you're driving along and there's a ghost in it. It's like, woo. Anyway, irrespective of that, 2024 launch, directly aimed at the modern young generation, the Instagrammer generation as I like to call them. It's a combination of two words, a bit like what VW did with the Tiguan, for example, Tiger and Iguana. This is innovative and, wait for it, intimate. Yes, I know. I don't know where the intimate comes from because this car's not very intimate. But either way, you put those two words together, you end up with Insta. And that's what Hyundai call this latest little electric offering. We're going to take a look around it. We're going to see what we think of the Hyundai Insta. We're going to give you our opinion. We're going to give it a road test. We're going to tell you the different combinations with the batteries and the motors and all things like that. You're watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. And if you've never seen what we do before, then feast your eyes for the next minute and a half on our little promo video. If you are a regular visitor to the channel or even a subscriber, well, hey, we love those, then you know what to do, guys. Skip to the next bit. The rest of you, I'll catch you in a minute and a half. This is how a car should sound. Listen to this.
I didn't really push it either. I was just having a bit of fun.
Oh, really? Wheel springs?
Outside. Cool. So there you have it, guys. The Ferrari Roma. My birthday present. Go. We're going to meet the crew and hopefully get the space. That's a real one.
I think it makes a good word.
Let's go.
Nice to start.
Nice to see you. Show us your big chopper, your helicopter. So here we are, the Morgan Roadster, where we're here for the Swiss Watch Show. Hey guys, guess what? It's another morning here out in sunny France. Instas come in 5 different colours, particularly like this green, funny enough. However, if you like white, then you're kind of in luck because it'll only set you back an extra £300. All the other colours, including this lovely green, they're going to cost you an extra £600. There's 3 different trim levels. Your entry level car is called the 01 or the 1, and that starts from around £23,500. We're going to take a look in a minute what you get for that and a little separate bit of B-roll, as we call it. So I'll go around all the bits that you get for your £23,500, which is actually pretty good. You've then got the 02, which is the middle of the range car, and the top of the range car is called a Cross, and that is just shy of 30 grand. But you get absolutely everything for that, and also I'll highlight what you get extra as well, so you can evaluate for yourself. But my personal choice would be the 02, the middle of the range, for a couple of reasons. First up, you get these lovely roof bars. You don't get roof bars on the 01, only on the 02 and above. But these are quite practical as well. They're not just for looks. They'll hold up to 75 kilograms in weight, which is very handy when you've only got a little car like this and you want to put a roof box on the top. See, didn't think of that, did you? In the back as well, with this car that you don't get in the 01, you will get the slidey forward seats that increase that boot size at the back. So there's a couple of reasons why I would go for the 02. And if you've got the budget, then why not go for the full kit and caboodle and go for the Cross? At the end of the day, choice is yours, guys. So what do you get for £23,500? Your entry-level Insta 01 trim level, as it's known. Well, straight up, you get a decent set of 15-inch alloys. They're machined alloys as well. I think they look really smart. They're on some nice low-profile tyres as well, so the car actually looks quite cool when it's sitting here. Then you get the auto wipers, the rain-sensing wipers. Little drop of water, these bad babies are going to do their job. They're going to start shifting that water off the windscreen without you even having to think to put it on, which is brilliant. You pay a lot extra for that with some other manufacturers. One thing you won't get is LED headlights. You get halogen headlights and halogen tail lights, but you do get LED running lights. If you want the LED lights, then you're going to have to jump up to the 02 level. So that's the one that I particularly like. But here we're talking about what you get for the entry level. You'll also get folding-in mirrors, wait for it, not only the convenience of folding them in when you park the car, but they heat up in the winter. So if it's rather cold one day and they're all frozen, within a few seconds, all nicely defrosted. I like that. And round at the back, you get privacy glass as standard. So all the way round there, keeps it nice and cool in the summer. At the same time, stops those prying eyes looking in the back to see what you've left on the back seat. Additionally, safety equipment, front and rear parking sensors. Absolutely brilliant. You need that. I know it's only a little car, but it's really handy. And you also get the collision avoidance system built into this car as well. So on your blind spot, when you're pulling out of, say you're parked between two cars, you edge forward, this car will know if there's cars coming. Simply incredible. And finally, as if all that wasn't enough, you will get the rear parking camera as well. So you can maneuver the car using the parking camera. Let's take a look inside and see what extra bits and pieces or what comes with the standard car. So up front in your entry-level Insta, you're going to get a 12.5-inch TFT touchscreen. Now that incorporates a sat-nav system. You've also got a DAB radio, and with that you'll get Bluetooth connectivity. You've got Android Auto, and not forgetting Apple Play. However, the Apple Play in these cars is only when you plug it in. So you've got to have a USB adapter to plug it in. There's no wireless Apple Play. I find that very strange with Hyundai, but unfortunately that's across the range at the moment. Hopefully that'll all change in the future. You get single zone air climate control, so at least you've got aircon in here, which again is good. You've got a couple of adapters for charging your phones up as well. You've got a USB, an original one, they're getting a little bit rare these days, and a USB-C, and in between that you've got a 12-volt adapter, which is great. Driving aids, now that's one of the things that I really love on cars, but normally you have to pay for an extra pack, like a driver's info pack and things like that. On this particular car, you don't. You actually get it on the left-hand side of the steering here. You've got lane keeping, lane departure, you've got cruise control, there's a speed limiter, there's even a driver's fatigue monitor. So it'll let you know when you need to stop and have a cup of tea or something and rest your weary bones from driving. But you've got the onboard computer as well, which is all part of this lovely little cluster here. I really do love the Hyundai clusters. They're so gorgeous the way they've done them. You get the same on the Ioniqs as well, almost identical to these. And that you can change all over here as well. So all in all, this car is literally packed. For an entry-level car, it's packed with lovely bits of techie bits. So yeah, can't really fault it, to be honest. Let's check out under the bonnet of the Insta and see what the battery and motor configurations that are available. The bonnet release catch, I'm just reaching down here, is in the driver's footwell. Single pull. Simple really. Round the front here, to actually find the bonnet catch, check out the logo here. Lift the bonnet slightly, put your finger in and you'll feel the catch there. Pull it to the left and there you go, just pull it up. Bonnet stays on the top there. It's got a handy little plastic piece here because this does get quite warm when you're driving about, or it's a hot sunny day like today. So Hyundai put a little plastic piece on there for you to use. The actual place to put it, took me a while to find it, it's just behind this coolant box here, and you'll see there's a little hole, little panel with a arrow pointing to where it goes, but saves you the time to having to find that. Okay, not a lot to see, but by the magic of B-roll, there you go. You can have a little look at the engine while I'm waffling on. Pretty standard on this. You get a motor that produces 97 brake horsepower. It's pretty adequate, trust me. Front wheel drive only, because it is, you can see it quite clearly here. It's attached to the front axle. It's coupled up or mated up to a 42 kilowatt battery. Now combine the two and you get a range of around 203 miles. That's not real world, because during the winter that's going to be a huge amount less. So trust me, just take that with a little pinch of salt and allow about 20% difference. Charging it up, you can charge at up to 73 kilowatts. So that's the maximum you can get going into that battery at any one time. So on a 150 kilowatt charger, that will take around 30 minutes to charge this up fully. The long range version of this car is slightly different, although it is still front wheel drive only, because the bigger motor that it gets, that's a 115 brake horsepower motor, is still attached to the front axle. But you do get a bigger battery. It's a 49 kilowatt battery, which means not only will it go longer, you can charge at much better rates. So you can actually charge the 49 kilowatt battery at up to 85 kilowatts. So you get 229 miles of range, which is what Hyundai say. In the real world, again, bit of pinch of salt, take away about 20%. It's going to give you the actual real world mileage on that. But they say 229 miles. But on 85 kilowatts, that same bigger battery and that more miles will still only take 30 minutes on a 150 kilowatt charger. Round at the back, the Insta has a real urban chunky look about it. There's a roof spoiler with a built-in brake light, plus you get a wash wipe to keep the rear screen nice and clean. The Insta is extremely aerodynamic, as you would expect being an electric car. It gets very rounded features, but it's nicely proportioned. The boot lid is a manual lift, and for a small city car, there's quite a lot of room in the back. Under the boot floor, there's plenty of storage place for the charging cables that come with the car. The parcel shelf, which is removable but cannot be stowed under the floor, has a couple of blinds that can be detached from the rear seats. With the seats fully folded down, the Insta really shows the incredible use of space that's available with this car. There are two separate panels attached to the back of the seats, so when they're fully folded flat, they cover the gap in between. Incredibly, for even more space, the front seats can be folded fully flat individually, which makes the Hyundai Insta one of the most versatile small city cars I have ever seen. Let's check out in the back what it's like for the passengers. So first up, this door goes right the way back. It's got a brilliant rake on it. And also what you will notice is this huge opening here. It's going to make getting in and out for, elderly, say, people, mum and dad, if you're giving them a lift or whatever, going to make that very easy. But the most important thing of all, young families, kiddie seat, look how nice and easy that is going to be, pop in there. Ice-fix points clearly marked either side, can't miss those. I love the fact that they're marked and they're not actual big plastic things that you find on the horrible things you have to pull out and eventually you lose them or the dog chews them up or God forbid the baby gets it in their mouth. So nice to see that they just push and locate, very simple as well. Recessed seat belts in the back as well. Love that, means you can slide across easily. Only 2 seats in the back, there's no center. Let me jump in because I also want to show you how easy it is to get in and out of the car. Loads of legroom, as you would expect. Electric car, no transmission tunnel, nice and flat. Look at the amount of legroom you've got in here. Absolutely massive. Also, another couple of things. Huge windows at the back here. I'm going to pull this too. You can see the size of that window. If you suffer from car sickness, this is going to be utterly brilliant. And also, look at the height of it. And I know the window goes all the way down. It doesn't stop halfway like a lot of manufacturers have been doing recently. It goes all the way down there. You've got a nice little LED light in the middle, little courtesy light. So at night, this is all going to light up in here. Perfect. There's no independent cooling system in the back or heating system. So you've got no air coming through here. There is a little vent in the back of the seat, I noticed, down there in the back of the passenger seat. But that's about it. There is a USB charger. It's USB-C. It's in the middle there, just at the back of the little driver's console at the front. So you can get one charger going on there. That, I think, is penny pinching. There should have been 2 there because if you've got 2 kids in the back, they're on their phones, they want to charge, they're going to be fighting over that because that is inevitable, should I say. There's loads of extra bits you can bolt on here. You'll see these little bits and pieces stuck around here. You can add like, there's trays you can put in here. So you can put your lunch in the back here, which I think is really nice. I love this sort of dog tooth effect on the finish here. It is a cloth finish. I'm sure it's Scotch guarded, so it's a wipe friendly surface. So if you do get sticky sweets and ice creams on here and sodas and whatever, you're going to be able to wipe it clean, I hope. But if you don't, then buy yourself some Scotch Guard, give it a good spray when you get hold of the car. Another thing is, look at the rake on these seats. How nice is that, guys? It's lovely, isn't it? Very nice and easy to pull the seats backwards and forwards as well because they come up like that. You've got a little clip there. Look, now you can sit more upright. How's that? And I'll put it back again because it's so lovely and easy to do. There you go. Go all the way back like that. So you could actually end up, if you could, put your feet up like that. You can actually have a little sleep in the back here. Tons of room, loads of headroom. Nailing it, Hyundai. Love the Insta. tell you what, you're going to absolutely love it when you get one of these out on a test drive, because this car is just a whole heap load of fun. It really is so simple to drive as well, and that's one of the things I think I've fallen in love with about this little car, is that it's just the simplicity and the practicality of it. It ticks every little box that you're going to need a car for. And that's pretty much the only way I can describe it. You've got the versatility in the back, you can drop these seats down, you've got all that space at the same time. Okay, I know you can only get 4 passengers in here because there isn't a middle seat, but to be honest, you're not going to want 5 people in this car anyway, and even if you did, you could probably squeeze someone in there. Not legally, obviously, but you could, because it is spacious, really spacious. And I think the all-round, the peripheral vision, love this windscreen. It does remind me very much of driving a Jeep. It's got that sort of squareness to it, and it's got these lovely big mirrors, and just everything, the way it's laid out, it's really, really good. I'm loving this big screen in the middle as well. It's so easy to use, very intuitive as well. Once you get used to all the bits and pieces, it really is just dead simple to click in and out the different menus. And likewise, even on the entry-level car, you get all those little driving aids on the left-hand side here. You've got the distance, the lane keeping, the lane departure, all that. Right-hand side, all your media controls. So you've got your telephone control on there, change stations on the radio, volume up and down over there as well. And I love the little cluster, that digital cluster. It's so nice. It's straight out of the Ioniq, but who cares? It's beautiful and it's so easy to use as well. Got a little button here, you can just scroll through the menu here and change things and set the warnings and set the lane keeping and the distances and all things like that. Utterly, utterly brilliant. Another thing that I love about, when you're out in this car as well, is the aircon is separate. So you don't have to fumble around up here looking for the air control buttons and, turning the temperature. There's just a very simple button down there to go up and down with the temperature. Makes life so much easier, like the good old days. The fan speed on the left-hand side there, and then your digital controls in the middle. It's utterly perfect. That's the way I see that. And then you've got separate buttons down here for your nav button, your radio and things like that. So you don't need to be fiddling about with that screen, and you can keep your eyes on the road. You've got a couple of modes on this car, which again is a really handy thing to have. The mode button is, once I've just done the turn there, the mode button's down there just on the bottom underneath where the driver's controls are. There are 4 different modes. We'll start with we're going to the economy mode. There we go. So economy mode, you get a little animated changeover here. It changes colours as well on your digital cluster. The economy mode will give you obviously the best bang for your buck in your distance and how far you can get with it. If you add to that the regen, now the regen you can adjust here. So these aren't obviously gear change pedals like in combustion engine cars. This is for your regen. So take your foot off the pedal and look at that. I've made the car brake just by using the regen button. So you can have maximum regen on it. It's called the I pedal. If you want to release that, push the other side. And now it coasts. Look at that. So it's dead simple to use. Regen I'd use very much when you're in town. Use the economy, and in town when you're stop start, that's when it's most beneficial. So click that in. When you're out on the road like today, I would personally put it into normal mode, which is the next one, little animation, love it, and have all the regen off and let it do its thing, because the more it coasts, the less power it's going to use as well. You've got your foot off the accelerator and it's coasting along, and this car coasts very well indeed. Then if you want to have a little bit of fun, because this car is quite a lot of fun, you put it into the sport mode, and the sport mode will, if you go like that, that little car absolutely it cracks me up, I tell you. So that's your sport mode. Again, don't put your regen on your sport mode, no point. Have fun with it, that's what that's all about. And then finally you've got another button here. It's called the snow button, and again a little animation. We love the animation. The snow button will give you the extra grip in the winter. So if you're about to pull away or whatever, it recalibrates and gives you that extra grip, because don't forget, this isn't a 4-wheel drive car. It only comes as a front-wheel drive car. And they're your modes. Now normally this is also, it doesn't come on little cars like this. It's normally on much more expensive cars. So to be honest with you, I think that's absolutely stunning to have that. I love the layout of the car. This car is the level 2, so it's the mid-range car. You do get with that, you've got the self-charging pad inside there to put your phone in and it will charge it without any wires. My only little bugbear with the Hyundais at the moment is if you want Apple Play, you've got to plug it in. And there are places to plug in, but it's just unsightly with the cables and stuff. I don't understand why Hyundai have not gone with wireless Apple Play. But hey ho, there's got to be a reason behind it. If you know that reason, there's a comment box down below. Stick it in the comment box, because I personally would love to know why. Because most other cars you get wireless Apple Play. Obviously, a lot of manufacturers charge extra for it, but you know, I don't see why you're paying good money for this car, you wouldn't get it. But all round, what a nice little place to be. Great adjustment on the steering, got plenty of movement on that. The seats are so well bolstered, so comfortable, really lovely. And I love the design of it, this sort of, I don't know, it's like a 1930s tweedy, dog-toothy thing going on. Love the little cup holders in the middle here, and my little armrest as well. I could sit here all day, guys. It's so nice just to potter around in. This is, I think, the absolute ultimate urban city car. Hyundai, you've absolutely nailed it with this, and I think you're going to sell millions of these cars because, one, they're going to be popular with that Instagrammer generation, and two, I think for us oldies that are just getting into electric cars, absolutely on the money. Loving the Hyundai Insta. So, when you've decided it's time to give your Insta a charge, I'll show you how easy it is to actually charge this car. Pulling up on a 150 kilowatt charger. Oh, I should point out at this point, been getting about 4.5 to 4.6. That's Tesla territory, guys. That's amazing. 4.5 to 4.6 miles per kilowatt. So that means this is well on target to doing exactly what it says on the tin. This one in particular is around 229 miles. It's also got the bigger battery, so I can charge up to 84 kilowatts. Front panel here, quite simply, just push it like that, pop it out. You'll find two little covers, one at the top and one at the bottom. Now don't worry, this is fully rated, so even if it's raining or you put your fingers in there, you're not going to get electric shock or anything like that. Grab your charging cable, get that in first, pop that in there, nice and easy. Just have to give it a little bit more of a pull. There you go, that's spot on. Then you've got to climb over, so I haven't done this the most eloquent way of doing it. Alarms going off everywhere. Get your credit card out, which I didn't bring mine, so again a bit of a cock up, but tap it on there, wait for the bits and pieces to come up, and away you go. Pop into the little shop and go get yourself a nice coffee. It's M&S, one of the best. So there you have it. Stylish, comfortable, economical, practical. It's the Hyundai Insta. What more can I say? You've got to get down and give one of these a test drive, because I think you're going to be mightily impressed with this little city car. It's incredible. I love the look of it as well. And I've actually grown to like this green. Can you believe that? I'd never normally buy a green car. I love all these chunky bumpers and bits and pieces and the roof bars and everything. It really does tick my boxes, I'm telling you. You get a decent warranty with it as well. It's a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty. Can't say fairer than that, can you? You get a 12-year anti-corrosion. You get 5 years worth of paint warranty as well. On top of that, you get roadside assistance. And most importantly, you get an 8-year or 100,000 mile battery warranty, which is really, really important. All of those warranties can be transferred over. So you keep this car for 3 years, say you're on a lease or something, that can all be transferred straight over to another owner. And then the duration then carries on. So, and it's a simple thing to do. There's great servicing packages on this car as well. What I suggested, head down to Hyundai showroom, have a chat with the salesperson down there, do your test drive, and they'll run through all the different little bits and pieces that you can add on this car, because there's loads of little extras as well. It's really quite cool. And also which trim level would suit you, obviously according to your budget, but at the same time, do you need long range or do you need standard range? These are all things that you can chat about when you get down there. But above all, I think driving around in the Hyundai Insta this week has just been a revelation for me for a small electric city car, which normally I probably wouldn't even look at, but I would definitely put this in my top 3 city electric cars to choose from. Guys, you've been watching me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. Don't forget, like, subscribe and comment. Now, before we go any further, comments are important. And the reason they're important is because if you've bought one of these, you're thinking of buying one, or I've said something that maybe is slightly incorrect, not that I ever do that, of course, then stick it in the comment box down below, because other people watching this can have a, we can create a conversation about the Hyundai Insta, which is important if you're going to buy one or you already own one and you suddenly go, oh, I didn't know it could do that. You never know. So very worthwhile in the comment box. If you want to subscribe, great. You know we don't just do car reviews, we do lots of other stuff, but we do mainly do car reviews. Don't forget, if you do subscribe, there's a little alarm bell thing that's on there. Leave it unticked and then you'll get regular updates whenever we put a video up, and it will let you know that we've put another video up. And if you want to come and watch me again, then it'll remind you to come and do that. And lastly, but not that least, there is a thumbs up button there. And that thumbs up button, there's a reason for that. What it doesn't give us is a pay rise or a bonus. Trust me, we never get that. That's a long shot, he says, thinking about that and hoping the boss isn't watching this. But what it does do is it gives us a pat on the back. And it's not just me, there's an edit crew, there's a camera crew, all of us that have put these videos together so you can use them to decide whether you want to buy cars or you want to go out on a holiday or whatever you're going to do. But that will give us a pat on the back from the boss and the sponsors if you thumbs up. So I'd really, really appreciate that. Now, in return for that, because there's nothing in this life that says there's a free lunch, so in return for that, I'm going to offer you something back. We're not just a YouTube channel, guys. If you've never seen us before, then you're going to suddenly come across a revelation, because we are part of a much bigger organisation. It's called The Player, and it is a massive 184-page bookazine. It's a men's lifestyle bookazine. A bookazine is a magazine and a book crossed. So you get the hardback cover of a book, but at the same time, you get the content and the frequency of a magazine. And it's called The Player. I'm going to hold one up now. That's the front cover. That's what it looks like. There you go. You've seen that. Now, inside, there's 184 pages. As I say, everything us guys love. Men's lifestyle magazine bookazine. There's bikes in there. There's cars. There's motorcycles. There's jet skis. There's holidays. There's interviews. There's food. There's spas. There's golf. There's everything you love in there. And guess what? Because you watch me on YouTube, you can have the online version of that. You can't have the main book, the actual product itself, because they're £100 each. But you can have the online version, which is identical, completely free of charge. Wait for it. Head over to www.theplayer.co.uk. Editor, please, somewhere down here. Okay, down there, that'll do. See it down there? I'll leave it up there for a few minutes, and then you can put that in your memory. Head over there. I don't want to know your inside leg measurement. I'm not worried about how many dogs you got, how many women you've been married or men you've been married to, whatever. It's not of interest to me. What is your email and your name, because in that way you can then access that magazine and go online and turn the pages with your mouse or your finger. You can hear the lovely pages as they turn. You can zoom in, zoom out, read everything, see everything. And it's all free of charge, because you watch me, AJ, on the Player YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, I will catch you, as I always do, next week with something hopefully equally as interesting and fun to drive around in as the Hyundai Insta. This is AJ, signing out.